All right, man. Torture Talk. You know what it is, man. Hey, man, look, I'm just going to get this out the way right now. All my beautiful, single, sexy ladies put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is right there on the screen. Hey, man, look, I'm having an award ceremony January 1st, 2026. All you have to do is click the video, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch, it's cool. If you don't, I'm giving away awards to YouTubers I believe that are pretty good that I like. You know what I'm saying? That's just something I'm doing. You know what I mean? I like these guys. That's cool. And yeah, man. If you want to leave a donation, link is right there. If not, it's cool too. Go subscribe to Torch Talk After Hours. I've dropped videos over there all the time as well. And yeah, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Listen. Listen. Don't you dare say nothing now. I don't want to hear it. Because all of this time, a lot of y'all Snyder haters were saying this. The Snyderverse will never come back. It'll never come back. Now, before we even get to that, I want to address this whole thing about Netflix canceling Snyder's movies, right? And doing all of these different things. Let's just say this. I haven't read anywhere where Netflix said that they canceled anything from Snyder. Maybe you can provide me something where Netflix said it. I haven't seen that. I know a lot of y'all run with stories because y'all want these things to be true. But I have not seen Netflix say that they canceled all of his movies. Because without even, let's just say, forget Rebel Moon for a second. Army of the Dead, they said was a success. Matter of fact, they said all his movies was a success. But Netflix don't go off of what y'all say they go off of. Y'all know this, but y'all still say it. But y'all know Netflix don't go off of what y'all believe. Y'all always going off of them. No, Netflix don't do that. They go off of subscriber base. They don't go off of the numbers that y'all claim they go off of. So a movie on Netflix can actually not do as well, in their opinion, because the subscribers is what's driving the movies over there. But let's just say for your argument, let's go with your argument. Your argument is that his movies was canceled. Well, you don't know if they said, "Hey Zack, we're going to put a bid in for Warner Brothers. If we get it, we need you to restore the Snyderverse." And Zack said, "Absolutely, I'll do that. But I'm not going to be able to finish the other movies that I promised you guys. That's why we're doing this, Zack. We want you to finish, Zack, we want you to finish Justice League 2 and 3. The Batfleck movie and Man of Steel 2. You guys think y'all can get Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, everybody back? Yeah. We're offering them money that they can't refuse, and they'll come back. Are you sure? Yes. So you know what we need you to do, Zack? We need you to start putting out some images on your Instagram. I don't have Instagram. Well, create an Instagram and put out images of your Justice League. Hype up the fans. Okay, that's what I'll do. Y'all don't know if if the conversation didn't go like that. That's probably what happened. That's probably what happened. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like this, man. And I want you to understand something before we get into the video, because we're going to watch a video. My thing is like this. A lot of y'all was complaining and y'all was saying that Justice League, well, not Justice League, the Snyderverse would never return. Snyderverse would never return. All you Snyder fans are toxic. Y'all toxic. Listen, man. and y'all was saying Netflix would never buy Warner Brothers. I remember. I seen this in the group chats. I seen this inside of the groups on Facebook when I was in there. Y'all was saying, get over it. They would never buy the Snyderverse. They would never. Netflix don't want WB. This is what y'all was saying. And I was the only one in there saying, you don't know what these companies would do. Shut up, man. This is what people were saying. Man, shut up, man. You don't know nothing. What do you know? And I'm like, you don't know what these companies will do. Just like the same when people say stuff like, well, there could never be a crossover between DC and Marvel. What do you mean there could never be? If some of y'all are on record saying this, it could never happen. There's too many legal hoops that they gotta jump through. As if people never jump through legal hoops. It's too much. They have a lot of things. There are too many moving parts. I'm like, bro, let me explain something to y'all about business. A lot of y'all are so fucking stupid. Y'all so stupid. Money talks. Bullshit runs the marathon. Trust and believe that. It's not that many hoops that they have to go through to license. If they feel as though it makes sense for both sides, they will do it. It has nothing to do with totally blowing up all their contracts to actually, y'all act as if they can't do, oh, it's too complicated. Oh my God. It's like, shut up. Shut up. These companies got lawyers to figure this stuff out. They know what makes money, what makes sense. They know. So we're going to get into this video, man. And he's going to break down what actually happened. And then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to go off on you Snyder haters, man. I'm going off. Matter of fact, I'm going off on all y'all Snyder haters and all y'all deniers of the Snyderverse. I got a lot to say to y'all goofy motherfuckers, man. I really do. All right, man. So let's get it.
So guys, it's officially happened. Netflix has won the bidding war and they're going to be taking control of DC. This is huge. It's enormous. My mind was also almost blown when I woke up this morning and read this news. Just crazy, crazy stuff. But for a lot of DC fans, this is 2 for 2. Restoring the Snyder Cut, check. And then bringing DC over to Netflix, check. So this is 2 for 2 for a lot of fans out there. People have been campaigning for Netflix to take control of DC for years. And it looks like that prophecy has been fulfilled. And a lot of people are...
God damn, I know y'all mad. Yo, I know y'all are mad as hell, bro. I know y'all mad as hell. I know a lot of y'all Snyder haters are so mad right now. I know y'all pissed, bro. Yo, listen. Again, I'm not saying the Snyderverse is restored because we don't know what the deal is. But god damn, this is the best chance I think we ever had to having the Snyderverse restored. Bro, I know that y'all are fucking mad as shit right now. I'm actually gonna go online to look up some of y'all accounts. This one dude, he broke down the whole reason why Netflix would never buy. He broke it down and I jumped in the comments and I said, bro, you don't know what they would do. You can't say what they would do. He never replied back. But I'm telling you, he did a whole video explaining how it doesn't make sense and they would never do it. They don't even have the capital. He was going crazy. And I'm like, bro, you act like you work for these motherfuckers. You don't work there. You don't know. These people do what they want to do. They got enough money to do what they want to do. It's crazy.
Going to be happy about this, but then I think there will be a lot of people that aren't happy about this. So you'll have to jump into the comment section and let me know which side of the fence you land on with Netflix's acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. But what does this mean for the Snyderverse? What does this mean for DC Comics? And what does this mean for Harry Potter as well? Because they do have control of Harry Potter now as well. But let's dive into this article. Let's break down this news and let's get into the nitty-gritty. Then after, we're going to go over to the X social media platform, check out a few posts there and see what the reactions are to this breaking news. So, this article comes to us from comicbookmovie.com. Netflix officially announces the acquisition of Warner Brothers and the DC Universe for $82.7 billion. That amount of money is...
I'll be honest with y'all, I thought they was going to sell for like at least 150 billion. They sold it for 82 billion. And I don't know what position Zack Snyder is over there at Warner Brothers. I mean, over there at Netflix. I don't know. But they love him over there. That's all I can say. And this should be very interesting going forward. That's all I'm going to say. But let's keep it going.
Just incomprehensible to the human mind. That amount of money, I couldn't even picture what that type of money would even look like. It's just, when we're talking about these figures, man, it's absolutely mind-blowing. The kind of finances that they have involved in these big properties here. So, well, it's official. Netflix has announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement with Warner Brothers Discovery to acquire Warner Brothers, including its film and television studios, HBO Max and HBO. The sale, which still needs to pass through regulatory processes. Yeah, so from what I hear, there's going to be a big, long, kind of drawn-out process where basically like government entities and lawyers come in and they have to look over the deal with a fine-tooth comb, and they have to make sure that there's no kind of anti-competitive regulations that are being broken, that there isn't a monopoly law that's being broken. Because when we're talking about these big entities like Warner Brothers and Netflix with billions of dollars on the line, anti-competitive laws kind of come into play where big companies can't swallow up numerous smaller companies because it's bad for the consumer, it's bad for the industry, and it forms a monopoly with one big powerful company and then all the smaller companies being bought out. So these regulatory, if I can say the word, these kind of lawyers and regulatory firms are going to have to go through and make sure the deal is, above board, cross the T's, dot the I's, so to speak, and make sure everything is above board and legal before.
This is true. This is true. They want competitive, everything to be competitive. If you got one company who's buying up 40 different companies and then creating one super company, then yeah, that's not good for business. They know this. So this is the reason why they got to go through all of this. Do I believe they're going to pass? I don't know, because Netflix is already a big conglomerate. I don't know. But everybody was trying to acquire them. So, I mean, I wouldn't see why Netflix wouldn't pass it.
Or it's officially like 100% signed off, basically. So the sale, which still needs to pass through a regulatory process, which we just read, is valued at $82.7 billion, which with the equity value of $72 billion. So, in a press release, it said that the acquisition brings together two pioneering entertainment businesses, combining Netflix's innovation, global reach, and best-in-class streaming service with Warner Brothers' century-long legacy of world-class storytelling. It also specifically highlights franchises like The Big Bang Theory, which I love. I've seen that series so many times on repeat. I love it so much. The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, The Wizard of Oz, and what we're here mostly to talk about, the DC Universe. I mean, what's going to be happening with the Snyderverse? I mean, are Netflix going to be tempted to get Zack Snyder to come back to, redeploy the Snyderverse? I mean, that's big dollar value, big revenue potential for the Zack Snyder Snyderverse.
I definitely think that Netflix is going to jump. They're going to jump out the window with Zack. Ain't no way in the world they buying this and not going to do it, bro. I'm just telling y'all right now. I'm just going to go on record and say it's going to happen, bro. There's no way in the world. They know how big this would be. Netflix is not stupid, bro. They know how big this would be. Even if they said, because Netflix can actually do a couple of different things here. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to let him finish, and then I'm going to explain what I believe Netflix can actually do.
to be streaming on Netflix, are they going to be tempted to do a deal with Zack Snyder and get that Snyderverse back up and running? This is what a lot of people are dreaming could potentially happen, and we're one massive step closer now that Netflix is taking over DC. Like I say, it's been a dream and a campaign for many years for a lot of DC fans, and it could potentially be on the horizon, guys. We're a lot closer than we were yesterday, but, you know, are the executives at Netflix going to pull the trigger and get Zack Snyder to come back? Let me know what you think about that. Okay, so let's go down here. So DC Universe, all of which will join Netflix's extensive portfolio. You can read the full press here. Yeah, so you can go onto the Netflix website and read out a press release that they put, but I think this article is a bit more interesting to read. So, it sheds some light on what exactly this means for Warner Brothers, including that Netflix expects to maintain the studio's current operations and build on its strengths, including theatrical releases for films. HBO and HBO Max titles will be added to Netflix, presumably meaning the rival streaming platforms' days are numbered. Yeah, so it does look like potentially HBO Max is going to be kind of cease to exist, and then everything's going to kind of be put onto the Netflix streaming service. So the new Harry Potter series is coming out in 2027. Instead of it going to HBO Max like it was supposed to, it looks like the new Harry Potter series is now going to be on Netflix. Can you imagine how?
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. And I'll be honest with y'all, hearing all of this, I don't know if this is gonna get approved. I see Paramount did it, but Paramount kept not Paramount, was it Discovery? They kept HBO the way it was. They made it Max, which was stupid. But they made it Max, I believe, and then they changed the name back. I think they changed the name back, but I see it on my home. Is man, this pillow, man. I hate this pillow. I seen it said HBO Max, but then it said just Max. I don't know. Sometimes it says Max, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm not paying attention. But anyway, I don't know. But this is huge, man. This is huge.
Big for Netflix that's going to be, and how many people are going to sign up for memberships at Netflix with the new Harry Potter series, one of the biggest IPs in the world. They're going to get so many subscribers for that series, man. It's going to be crazy good business for them, and that's probably part of the reason why they decided to take over Warner Brothers as well. The Harry Potter IP is ginormous, and there's not many franchises out there that are bigger than Harry Potter. So, HBO Max titles will be added to Netflix. Yeah, the streaming platform days are numbered, talking about HBO Max. The streamer also touts plans to expand production in the US and grow investment in original content, and believes this acquisition will create a stronger entertainment industry by offering more opportunities to work with beloved intellectual property, tell new stories, and connect with a wider audience than ever before. Ted Sarandos, co-CEO of Netflix, said, "Our mission has always been to entertain the world by combining Warner Brothers' incredible library of shows and movies, from timeless classics like Casablanca and Citizen Kane to modern favorites like Harry Potter and Friends, with our culture-defining titles like Stranger Things, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Squid Games. Will be able to do that even better." Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Netflix, a thing that concerns a lot of people is they kind of have a hit and miss track record with a lot of their content. You know, for every 10 shows or for every 10 movies Netflix put out, they may have 2 really exceptional titles there. I mean, they do come out with some absolute bangers that.
I don't know about that, doggy. Nah, I could go down the list of Netflix shows that are classic. I could go down a list of exclusively Netflix shows. You're saying that they got a lot of hit and miss. I believe that they have more hits than misses, in my opinion. I mean, they got a lot of stuff, but I can't sit here and tell you they got more misses than hits. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't be serious. Like, or maybe that's just your opinion. I ain't gonna even get on you, bro. That's your opinion.
Capture the zeitgeist. Squid Games, that was all anyone could talk about when that was coming out. K-pop Demon Hunters had a theatrical release and was massive the world over. And also Stranger Things, one of the biggest shows ever made. And yeah, I mean, so they have made some great content. But like I say, for every 10 pieces of content they put out, maybe 2, maybe 3, if they're lucky, are good. And the rest kind of falls by the wayside and isn't that good.
But you can't do that, bro. You can't say out of 10 and then name 4 or 5 good ones and then say out of 10 that they put out, maybe 2 of them are good. my thing is like Netflix is a studio that puts out different movies and they work with different people. So yeah, but it really is subjective. You can't say that all of them are trash. You know what I'm saying? There are people who love certain things that Netflix has produced. And you know the crazy thing is, I think Zack Snyder did this on purpose. I'm gonna explain why in a second. I'm gonna explain why I think he did this on purpose. And I think he did this. I just thought about something. You know what I mean? I just thought about something. You know, let him cook and then we're gonna get up out of here.
In quality terms. So their track record is a bit up and down, and I could understand why that could concern some people when it comes to DC shows and series going forward into the future. So let's bear that in mind. Okay, together we can give audiences more of what they love and help define the next century of storytelling, Netflix said. He concluded with Greg Peters, co-CEO of Netflix, chiming in to say the acquisition will improve our offering and accelerate our business for decades to come. David Zaslav, the president of CEO Warner Bros. Discovery, added, today's announcement combines two of the greatest storytelling companies in the world to bring even more people the entertainment they love to watch the most. For more than a century, Warner Bros. Has thrilled audiences, captured the world's attention, and shaped our culture. By coming together with Netflix, we ensure people everywhere will continue to enjoy the world's most resonant stories for generations to come. So now Netflix will own one of Hollywood's oldest movie studios, giving the company the biggest streaming platform on the planet the opportunity to dominate the theatrical landscape through Warner Brothers Pictures. I mean, you look at the Warner Brothers movies they've put out this year. They've had an absolute banger of a year. They've put out some great movies, Warner Brothers, this year. They've been killing it with their theatrical releases. And now that Netflix is going to be taking control of that, man, Netflix is going to be making a lot of money in the near future, and they're going to have to make a lot of money to earn back that $80 billion they've just spent. But it's a great financial investment. Netflix is, man, they're going to be killing it with these franchises, taking control of DC, taking control of Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Friends. Like, it's absolutely insane, and it just blows my mind. But anyway, guys, with that article down, let's go over to social media and start checking out some of the reactions and posts and see what people are saying about this. Okay, so up first, this comes to us from Sammy, Snyder Queen. The time is now. Trend, restore the Snyderverse, tag Netflix. So, like I said, the campaign now has a direction to put the campaign. There is now a target on the arrow board, so to speak, where we can shoot our arrow, and we know exactly who to target, which is Netflix. And the campaign is starting almost immediately after this announcement. You can see here, Netflix, the time is now. Restore the Snyderverse, hashtag sell Snyderverse to Netflix. This is just crazy, and people are going to be campaigning very, very hard in the very near future. It's already started, obviously, but people are going to be campaigning now rock solid to get the Snyderverse back onto Netflix. Okay, up next, from Ben Affleck's The Batman, let them know you want them to let Zack Snyder finish his Justice League saga. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. And again, people putting out posts, beginning that campaign is beginning to dial up. The hype is going up, and people are going to, be targeting Netflix with this campaign to restore the Snyderverse. It's going to be ramping up only from this point onwards. Let's keep going. So from Cosmic Book News, Netflix needing so much content benefits the Snyderverse return. Remember, Manganiello, who played Deathstroke, retweeted to sell to Netflix. Hashtag.
Yeah, man. So let me give y'all my theory. When Zack Snyder said, it's a great time to actually watch Justice League on HBO, I think that was a signal to let people know that the Justice League 2 and 3 or the Snyderverse is returning, because you got to understand, if this man is telling people to go watch the movie, I guess he wanted Netflix to know, look, see what I can do? This is what people want. But Netflix knows this already, because I believe there's some people who actually said something to them about it. Netflix knows that the Snyderverse, people want the Snyderverse to return. Just understand something, bro. I want y'all to understand something. If y'all don't take nothing from me, and you know what? I'm not going to go in on the Snyder haters. I'm not going to go in, y'all. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Y'all deserve it. All the bullshit that y'all been kicking for the last 5 years, 8 years that y'all been really going off on people, calling us toxic. Oh, y'all toxic fandom. I hate y'all, blah, 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 blah. I hope y'all all die, saying all types of shit. Good. Now y'all see when dedication does or actually helps people get to where they need to be. People was dedicated to this, and y'all was actually shitting on them. Now you see. You should never do that to people, man. Now, again, we don't know if the Snyderverse is restored, but understand this. If Zack Snyder announced Justice League 2 and 3, or the Snyderverse is restored or returning, and he announced it on Netflix, Netflix is going to break the internet with subscribers. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. They're going to break the internet with subscribers. And y'all know it. We all know it. Y'all could try to deny it if y'all want, but y'all know it. But either way, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. I would have went in on y'all a little more, but I'm going to save y'all. I'm going to save y'all. Give y'all some grace. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope y'all see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.